Picture this. You're kicked back in your favorite chair somewhere in Big D, sipping a cold drink, when out of nowhere, Colin Cowherd drops a bombshell that could completely redefine Dak Prescott's legacy. This isn't just idle talk. It's the kind of statement that rattles the entire NFL conversation, forcing Cowboys fans to rethink everything from playoff hopes to contract talk. Cowherd's calling Dak the best version we've ever seen, placing him squarely in the MVP discussion despite all the early season noise. But wait, what if this changes the entire way the league views our quarterback? It's got me fired up, wondering if this might be the moment that sparks a deep postseason push. Stick with me, because we're breaking down what this all means for our Cowboys. This is Dallas Cowboys news, straight from the heart of Texas, hot off the press. Now here's the kicker. What if Cowherd's actually right, and Dak's about to silence every critic once and for all? I'm Tom, your diehard Cowboys insider, bleeding blue since the Staubach era. Today, we're unpacking this massive take. But first, drop your city in the comments, y'all. Let's see just how far Cowboys Nation stretches across the map. Okay, folks, time to get to it. Quick and clean, like a no-look pass from Romo. We all know how the media loves to spin the Dallas Cowboys story every which way, especially when it comes to Dak Prescott. One day he's overrated, the next he's the second coming. Well, Colin Cowherd just tossed gasoline on that debate with his latest take, calling the 2025 version of Dak the best we've ever witnessed. He flat out said, Dak's gone from being a little overhyped early on, thanks to that elite O-line and Zeke bulldozing through defenses, to now being totally underappreciated. And get this, Cowherd's got him ranked as his number 2 MVP pick, right behind Baker Mayfield. That's wild, considering the Cowboys are sitting in a shaky spot after 5 games. But Dak's playing lights out, putting up numbers that scream elite. Think back, old school fans, to the glory days of the 90s with Aikman, Emmett, and Irvin. Dak's channeling that same energy, elevating a roster that's clearly missing some key weapons. Cowherd emphasized how he's doing more with less. No clear number 1 receiver while CD's banged up. An O-line still under reconstruction with young guys like Tyler Guyton stepping up. And a run game held together by committee with Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders. Yet Dak's football IQ? Off the charts. He's making pre-snap reads like a seasoned strategist, setting up plays for success even with the defense ranked dead last. ESPN insiders are backing this up too. Analysts say his adjusted EPA sits at a staggering 63.8, miles ahead of most quarterbacks. That's not just data, that's evidence of a leader. Dak's proving again and again that when healthy, he delivers double-digit wins. Now, Cowherd did acknowledge that early career Dak benefited from a loaded roster and probably got too much hype. But now, he's silencing every doubt, putting up better numbers under Brian Schottenheimer than he ever did under McCarthy. Remember those clutch third-down conversions from his rookie season? Same magic, only stronger. Of course, national media is doing their usual dance. Trash him one week, crown him the next. But this time, it feels different. Feels like Dak's finally earning the respect that's long overdue in the Cowboys news cycle, especially after torching the Jets with 4 touchdowns. On the flip side, this situation also exposes the long-running frustration for Cowboys fans, the inconsistent narratives, the endless flip-flopping. We've lived this before with Romo, great regular seasons, heartbreaks in January. And let's be honest, y'all, this isn't all beer and barbecue. As a lifelong fan who's seen more gut punches than Super Bowl parades since '95, I'm keeping it real. Cowherd's praise feels good, but it also highlights the cracks, namely the shaky supporting cast that keeps holding this team back. No dependable ground game to take the heat off the press, and that patchwork O-line rebuild has left Dak exposed more times than fans care to count, with 4 starters missing at different points this season. Add in costly errors like that Pickens pick 6 off a deflection, and you can see it clearly. Dak's carrying a mountain of responsibility on his shoulders. The defense ranks dead last in the league, a glaring weakness that forces the offense to play flawless football just to hang in games. What really cuts deep is the constant media whiplash that fuels fan anxiety. One bad outing and suddenly Dak's washed again. Even Cowherd's been guilty of that before, but now he's flipped his stance, which just adds to the emotional roller coaster. It messes with the psyche, especially for a fan base starving for playoff redemption. We've had the regular season success. Dak's top 8 among active quarterbacks in win percentage, yet those postseason ghosts keep coming back to haunt him. Here's the kicker. Quarterbacks like Geno Smith and Kyler Murray get endless slack with 0 playoff wins, while Dak's criticized for having only a handful. It's maddening. And with Jerry Jones always stirring the narrative pot with his comments, the unease only grows. Contract talks, roster stability, and now whispers about possible Micah Parsons trade scenarios. Mix that with rumors of silent locker room tension, and it's a volatile cocktail. Then comes the real dilemma. What if this MVP buzz sets expectations sky high only for one bad performance to blow it all up? We've seen narratives collapse before, erasing months of consistency. Dak's won over 60% of his games, often elevating mid-tier talent. Yet without defensive reinforcements or deeper depth, could this season be another near miss? It's fair to be optimistic, but realistic. Dak's thriving, but the team's cracks could derail the ride. And here's the provocative question. Could Cowherd's glowing praise actually add pressure that turns toxic? If this breakdown resonates with you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because staying on top of Dallas Cowboys news like this keeps you ahead of the curve. So tell me, is Dak's football IQ the secret weapon to finally silence the doubters once and for all? On the brighter side, there's genuine hope brewing in this latest Cowboys update, and it circles right back to Cowherd's headline-grabbing take. The problems? They're fixable if the team leans into what Dak's already proving. It starts with that heightened football IQ. Dak's mastery of Schottenheimer's system is unlocking a new level of precision, and it's showing. Cause and effect. Weak O-line, Dak's pre-snap reads and quick adjustments are helping his blockers set up better. Inconsistent run game, his rapid decision-making opens rushing lanes for Williams and Sanders. Even with the struggling defense, Dak's answering the challenge with MVP-caliber performances. Solutions are taking shape too. Insiders suggest that adding another offensive weapon like George Pickens could give Dak a reliable target and transform solid players into legitimate threats. On defense, new coordinator Matt Eberflus is already tweaking schemes, and early data shows the pass rush win rate improving to 30.4%. If injuries ease up, that number climbs even higher. Playoff strategy? There's a hidden advantage. Dak's proven history of winning with limited rosters. A wildcard run isn't out of reach if the team builds momentum. And here's a bold prediction. If Dak earns serious MVP votes, Jerry Jones will have no choice but to lock down extensions, ending contract drama and stabilizing the core roster heading into the 2025 playoff campaign. It even stirs a little nostalgia. Remember Romo's late career surge? Dak's mirroring that energy, but with an extra layer of resilience. The formula's clear. Address weaknesses by leaning harder on Dak's strengths, bolster the depth chart through trades. Yes, Cowboys trade rumors are heating up, and watch the wins pile up. The path forward is logical. Tighten the defense, protect your quarterback, and that underappreciated label disappears. This deep dive into Colin Cowherd's game-changing remarks and the Cowboys' future direction hits home for every true fan. If you're vibing with it, hit that subscribe button, drop a comment, and share your take. Will Dak's MVP run finally carry us to the promised land, or do we still have work to do before the dream becomes reality?